Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let's get right into it. It would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. Damn. My dude's got shook.
So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces are undeniably found on the locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meeseeks was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, and it would be impossible to leave the handprint on the locker. So that means this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just a moment. I would not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? One time was captured on tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meeseeks cut his hand, from which the trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time, someone bled prior to the struggle shown on the tape. It has to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refute you. You cannot refute me. That is no such thing. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be faked. However, it does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show the evidence that proves it occurred 6 hours before. When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meeseeks being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as a detective, Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
The blood marks on the locker prove this.
Very well, then tell us. When did the first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof. That shows that the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that could show that.
Now then, will the defense please present the evidence?
Oh, fuck me. He showed me that. Okay. It's a good thing. Oh, jeez. It looks like it. Fuck. Maybe this? Present it. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the perpetrator would have had to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card? Oh! An ID card record! Officer Meeseeks brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 5:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, it would be 4:40. Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? Again!
I never figured you had the nerve, boy. Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot to take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminal test that the blood was here. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meeseeks and Officer Marshalls failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. I am a weak little bitch.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at this chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 7777777. Lucky number 7. Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Mr. Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real number. That's the only plausible explanation. He went with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777.
He's like actually doing what I'm doing. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I am unable to look up the owner of the ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have any authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is only one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If the official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I meant to ask. All I want to know is one thing, and that incident.
The SO9 incident?
Answer me just, Chief Prosecutor. In the trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Yes. Do you need to witness this? Wait. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? Do we really need to be doing this right now? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did.
Lana!
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant! Just what are you saying? That is insulting to me!
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During the trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Yeah! Why don't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence. Damn. She admitted to forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Order! 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 Order!
I want some more door. Lana's remarks caused chaos in the courtroom. Could not be quelled, and conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. True. It went absolutely insane. People were killing each other. People were wow. To be continued also? February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Corporation Law Offices.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry for what my sister said.
Oh, I'm fucked. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what he had to, in order to get him the verdict he deserved.
I didn't know. I never knew that the SO incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What happened to you? Whoa, okay, we're getting into some serious, we're getting into some bathhouse heavy shit. What happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
Whoa! What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
Damn. So that means you.
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
We already knew this, but we didn't know he tried to kill you. I mean, granted, if you witnessed the murder, somebody had to eventually die. I didn't see that one coming. I did. Because I read the files. You want to explain? You want to explain what the fuck happened? I think I know what happened, though. So, they forged evidence, but really it was just Emma saying that, you know, she witnessed the crime. I think that's what happened. But, because, goddamn. Like, wow. I don't think it's as bad as, like, everyone's making it look like it.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. Well, we were planning to eat dinner together once we finished her work. And then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seems like he was running from someone. He pulled a knife out on me. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And then,
what happened?
I will never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture. After the incident.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana, why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean proved bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted a guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it.
I'm pretty sure he didn't know anything about it either, because he seems pretty angry that this is happening.
He couldn't have had known. He was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, and I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After the case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she was today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Permanent picture. What do you mean you see it instant? Wait, you see an instant that crime occurred. Wait, when did you see it an instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. Damn, I feel bad for her.
I don't remember what happened. After that, apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Oh no! Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I know, right? Fuck Maya. I'm just kidding. Wow.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. It's understandable to have some shitty ass. No, just kidding. Like I just roast her.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an all airtight case. That's why Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about the crime. Something puzzling. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
Why are you still single? No, just kidding. You said that you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would the serial killer come running in there? Not only did that, but he was being chased by the prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark has been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective's office and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Wait, what? Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
Oh, that makes sense.
She was the best in the entire force.
What? This is news to me. How do you get both degrees? Wait, do you need a degree? I think you need a degree to become a detective, but also, don't you need a totally different degree to become a prosecutor? Leave a comment down below, and we'll do this in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you are new. And, I guess we'll figure this out. We're getting close to the end of this case, which is sad because it's the last case in Phoenix Wright. So once it's done, we're done with Phoenix Wright. So, you guys be safe, be sexy. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Bye, everyone!